You know what? How about we open up today talking about where I was wrong, where I was dead wrong. And I'll be the first to tell you, on that Boston game, I was dead wrong. I thought just maybe the Philadelphia Flyers, who haven't been able to stop anybody or anything, their goalies, their defense, nobody, hemorrhaging chances, hemorrhaging goals, I thought maybe this would be a good opportunity for Boston at home to build on that 4-goal game against the Toronto Maple Leafs. But absolutely not. 5-on-3s, all these sorts of opportunities, and they couldn't connect. All those metrics I showed you about how they rank bottom 5 in so many different offensive categories, those stats are there for a reason, and we saw that. So on that front, not the best sniff, but the reason I'm not worried is because you just got delivered one night after me telling you, yes, that 8-0 undefeated team is going to lose in their own building to a team who just embarrassingly lost to the Blue Jackets and Blues in back-to-back games and the Bruins in overtime. After that, I said, hey, that team that is winless, the last team to record a win, not only are they going to squeak out a scam win with a third-period comeback, they're going to beat the LA Kings, a playoff team, the following night. And that's exactly what happened. The San Jose Sharks, give me time, and I will start to sniff things out. It's about the ebb and flow. And I thought I caught some good momentum on that wave. I elbowed out those people like you hear about in Hawaii. Why are these Hawaiian people so angry if somebody comes and takes their wave?
This is where you tell me all about how locals rule.
But I'm just trying to think of like the new year. If you go to Rucker Park, is somebody just going to clock you for wanting to play basketball?
Nope. That would be a waste of time.
What does that have to do with anything? Nothing at all. Other than that was a pretty solid sniff on those San Jose Sharks. And outside of that, we had some other good sniffs in there as well. It was definitely a winning night. We nailed the Matty Beniers point, that whole line. Anybody you took on that line had a point, whether it was McCann or Eberle. We talked about Ricard Raquel, the trickle-down snakeonomics there. His point came through. Him and Crosby's line mate point came through. I even cashed the 2 points for each of them for over plus 1,000. We had the Barzal-Horvat line combo. A lot of good stuff on that slate, and I'll look to continue that here on a Wednesday. That's back-to-back nights. I gave out some money lines. You see, Stevie Bong Ribs, if you just have a little patience and you allow me to just see where the warm fronts are coming in and the cold fronts, the perfect storm, I can find the alignment. So if you want a third straight night with a money line, even though I'll remind you, money lines are the dumbest things you can try to bet consistently, at least there's one that stands out to me. We have a member of the Scam 5 in the New Jersey Devils facing off out west against a fringe member of the Scam 5, but I will not include them as a member of the Scam 5 because they have a defensive coach. And to me, I'm a guy who would preach defense first. It's always going to beat offense in the end. Just ask the Edmonton Oilers. Just ask everybody in the Stanley Cup every single year, with a few exceptions. So if you embrace defense, which is exactly what Rick Tocchet does, then I'm not going to put you in the Scam 5. But these are the two teams that if you watch the first episode of the NHL show that I started this season when Carlo and Josh came on, I said there are two teams who might miss the playoffs that people are just shooing in for guarantees. One's the Devils, one's Vancouver. And in a meeting between these two teams, give me the fringe Scam 5 to take this one at home. The Vancouver Canucks, who have actually been playing pretty good, even in that loss against Carolina. They had a goal disallowed, then they came back in the third, and then they ended up losing it in overtime, but that was after a couple straight wins. I like how they've been playing. They still need to figure out what's going on with Pettersson, but they've been playing pretty well, and at home against the Devils, I think this one sets up well for them. Give me the Vancouver Canucks over the New Jersey Devils, and if that's not enough for you, Stevie Bong Ribs, a money line's not enough, and you do, come on, it's like a burger and fries. I need a money line and a total. All right, fine. Fine, you want to go into the pizzeria? You want 1-1 up there in Detroit? What kind of pizzerias do they have in Detroit? I know they got that overrated deep dish in Chicago. Is that, do you guys have like that upside down crust type of thing? I don't know what the hell it is. But while you're waiting for that upside down crust to heat up in the oven, I do have an over for you. Give me the over 6 in the Calgary Flames, Utah, Arizona Coyotes game. Utah, as you clearly saw the other night, blew a 3-goal lead in the third to the San Jose Sharks. I'm not going to make an excuse, but they're rolling out 3 AHL defensemen. They have a lot of injuries on the back end, and they're doing whatever they can. That's why some of these games are so high scoring. That's why teams are raking up goals against them. So as long as they can hold up their end of the bargain on offense, and we saw that earlier this year. I mean, they were scoring 4 and 5 and 4 and coming back in games. And, with Calgary, it's kind of hit or miss, but they did add Sharangovich back to the lineup, so they should have enough to score a couple of goals here. I like the over 6 in this game between the Calgary Flames and the Utah, Arizona Coyotes. And then within that game, there are a couple sniffs that I like. If I think it's going over, obviously there are some point props I like along the way. Like I said, Sharangovich came back, so we have that top line of Kadri, Kuzmenko, Sharangovich, and because of a little quiet stretch here, we're getting a great price on Kuzmenko. So I like Kuzmenko's over half of a point, and then obviously the classic line mate combo, Kadri, Kuzmenko. I'm going to take them both for a point, but both of them for 2 points in a game against this Utah Coyotes is plus 1,000. And if you remember, toward the back end of last year and earlier this year, they were hitting that quite a bit. And now that they've went back up to plus 1,000, I think that's worth a little deli slice. So give me the point for Kuzmenko, the point for Kadri Kuzmenko, and then the point for Kadri and Kuzmenko. And on the Coyote side, I'm going to keep saying it. I don't care. I got Wile Coyote over there, or whatever the hell it's called. I'm calling them the Coyotes. Give me Sergachev over 2.5 shots on goal. As I just mentioned, they're rolling 3 AHL defensemen out there, and Sergachev has to eat minutes like prime Cale Makar, Devon Toews. This guy's going to have to play 30 minutes out there. And it's no coincidence that he's went over 2.5 shots on goal in like 3 straight games, or maybe 3 out of 4. It makes total sense considering how much he has to play. We know he's on the top power play. We know he's their best offensive defenseman, especially if Durzi's out of the lineup. There should be plenty of opportunities for Mikhail Sergachev to go over 2.5 shots on goal. Fantastic price, plus 140. I will take it in that game against the Calgary Flames. And then outside of there, got a little 9-5 pick for you. Colorado's facing the Tampa Bay Lightning. Colorado, I mean, we were feasting on Colton, right? He was with McKinnon and Rantanen, started at plus money, and just getting points every single game. He was on the top line. He was on the top power play. Well, even he got injured. So now, Drouin's injured. Colton's injured. Obviously, Nichushkin's suspended. Landeskog is coming back in 5 years. And we'll see about Lehkonen. Lehkonen has been practicing, so if he's back, then he'll be on that top line. But I don't think we're getting that Colton price on him. So I'm mostly not looking at Colorado. I am, however, looking at the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm going to go with a 9-5 Dunkin' Donuts, number 1, a chocolate glazed and a regular glazed and a coffee. Give me Braden Point. Give me Jake Guentzel, both for a point. They're Nikita Kucherov's line mates. They're obviously on the top power play. They're just fantastic players. That's one of the best lines in the league. And if both of them get a point in Colorado, where they just gave up 5 goals to the Chicago Blackhawks, you're getting plus 102. Great thing about the line mate point props. Plus 102, Jake Guentzel and Braden Point in Colorado. I'll absolutely take that. And then lastly, just because I'm really getting sick of watching their low event, low scoring games, give me the under in the Vegas Golden Knights LA Kings game. These Kings, it's just like year after year. It doesn't matter if they change coaches, offensive philosophy. We saw Fiala didn't play last night because he was healthy scratch for missing a team meeting, Belichick style. You don't hear that in hockey too often. I don't know if he's going to be back against the Golden Knights. You'd imagine he would be back, but even if he is, it's just such low event games when it comes to these LA Kings. Vegas, they're coming off of a shutout, and I like taking unders after shutouts because usually the goalie obviously is playing with the highest level of confidence. Maybe he starts that shutout streak, and it just rolls into an under from the previous under. So I will take the under 6.5, and I understand by the time you watch this, it might be at 6, so you want to know what we're going to do?
Don't you know I'm fed up?
We're gonna bump it up. Don't you know? Bump it up. We're gonna bump this up if it's at 6 to 6.5 by doing the classic Andy. No goal in the first 5 minutes, under 6.5. That will get you the under 6.5 in this Golden Knights game at plus money. And that is what I have for you here on a Wednesday, a day before Halloween. It's Hallows Eve Eve. Good luck to you. Better luck to me. You guys know what to do. Do me a favor. Give those sharks a click. Click the notification so you know when these videos come out. The other one was in the afternoon. This one's in the middle of the night. They really can come out anytime, like 24 hours on the clock, AM, PM. The video might be released in any time period throughout that 24-hour stretch. So you should definitely be subscribed and click those notifications. I hope they even work. I don't know. But definitely keep engaging with these videos. That's what's allowing them to be seen. I feel equally as embarrassed every single day having to ask you, but that's what you have to do. Yesterday, I asked for those Halloween candy. Today, you want to know what I always found fascinating? Radio Shack. When you used to go there for HDMI cords for $75. And then once Amazon came in, you were like, oh, that was $6, $4, $1. I just got absolutely ripped off at Radio Shack. So tell me something. You used to get in the stores, and then you found out it was all a scam once you saw the prices online. I don't know. It could be anything. Some sort of charger, some sort of alarm clock. Let me know in the comments. You had some good answers yesterday. Also, obviously, always appreciate it when you guys come and join the Patreon. That's where I put the sheet out with all the line mate combinations. I try to drop it an hour or two before the games. That's where I have my weekend picks. That's where you can access the chat rooms with all the other sniffers, putting all their pirate parlays. Hopefully I will see you there. If not, I will see you tomorrow for a round of NHL, NFL, Halloween sniffs. Look forward to it. I will talk to you then.